27th, day 27 of the challenge, and yeah, we're starting pretty good. Almost at the 200K mark for the novel. So yeah, let me just show you where we're starting. I'll get about 1,000 words done, then I'll probably change location, but here it is. Now we have it. We're starting a little late, but here we are. Okay, so I'm not quite done yet. We're taking a break, but look at this. 200K. My second time getting there. It's a big one. It's a really big one. Honestly, getting to that number is one of the most challenging parts of writing. But like, look at me though. I got, this challenge, NaNoWriMo, whatever you want to call it. It helps so much. I was stuck perpetually between 100K to 150K. At that portion took me the longest to write, probably out of the entire time. And I wasn't particularly dedicated in that time frame. But starting this off, I think it was a perfect time to do the challenge, because from 150, 153K, whatever, 152, I got to 200K in a month's time near the end of this challenge. So that's awesome. Very, very happy with it. Technically, I mean, I have a couple, like 100 or 200 more words to technically get to 200K with my word count, because I do have that little outline, of course, resting under my scene. But still, I mean, I hit it in the doc, and that's what matters. So yeah, we're there today. We got it done. It's nice. It looks nice. So yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. I think that number particularly is the big one for me. That, like, because you don't typically reach it. You don't typically even try to get there with stories, because most don't require such a big length. But this story is insane. So chapter 28 is where we got to 200K. I have 8 chapters left, technically. 7 coming up. Or no, my bad. It's not 36. So I have 9 chapters left, so 8 after this chapter, because we're going to have 37 chapters in this book. So, yeah, very long. The last, I think, 5 chapters are all one massive battle. So it's all building up to this massive battle. It's gonna be like a good 25K words, so it's gonna be like basically a little novella, this one battle, because there's gonna be a lot of characters, a lot of different objectives that they're going to try to achieve, and it all takes place in one day from like 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. or something like that. I have it all figured out now, because I'm slowly trying to, except for one chapter. One chapter I actually have nothing written in there, because I want to come up with it in the moment, what is required to move the plot in the battle forward. So I don't want to fill it up with any fluff now. I want to leave that up for later. So yeah, 200K. Very cool. Only 50K left. So the majority of the novel is done. Basically 4/5. So that's cool. But yeah, enough of the self-glazing here. I'm just gonna go and just finish the word count. So, or at least get to 1,000 so far. I think I finished about 900-ish, 800-ish words. So yeah, then we're gonna go work out. Probably gonna get some sushi or some Thai food for lunch. So that's nice. Difficult to track the macros and calories with that one because I have this really nice app to track everything. And it's helped. It's just hard to track when you're going out to eat because you don't really get the calories at restaurants. Like it's easier with fast food, weirdly. Um, yeah, it's technically easier with fast food, but yeah, yeah. So I'm just gonna. I don't know. I'm trying to get something simple like chicken fried rice or maybe some sushi roll. Eat like 4 pieces. Because I usually serve an 8, so I might share with my girlfriend or something. So we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna just update you when I'm done whatever I'm doing. And yeah, see you in a minute. We final word count. All right, so the day is over. Finished that 200K at last. So we got 2,000 words done today. A couple pages of the screenplay. I think I wrote 3, so 3 pages of the vomit draft format. So that'll probably be like 2 pages. Unfortunately, it's a little shrunk. Every time it's like the standard, U.S. screenplay format. At least I appreciate they could fit a lot more on the page, but at the same time, it seems like all your efforts are a lot slower. Honestly, I find it strange writing a screenplay. Like it's actually not a whole lot easier how you would expect, especially transitioning from novels. It has its own set of challenges, to be fair. Like it's a completely different ball game. You can't expect to carry over all the same skills. You have to completely ignore some skills you have because they just don't come into use. They're just not practical, I would say. Especially just I'm very good at descriptions, but like at least I pride myself in having good descriptions that at least like help you imagine what you need to imagine with the fewest input needed, so it depends on context. If you're recently in the book I wrote, so I'll describe 2 different things. I mean, I won't describe them, but I'll explain it. So like there was one scene where I had to describe a particular character's armor because their look was really changed, so I needed to really get a lot of details in to describe what they're wearing, why they're wearing, what the functionality in a way, not necessarily what the functionality is, but introduce the functionality through just the descriptive aspects. But then, in the novel, I had there's other parts where like I needed my characters wanted in a tent. They were like in a cell, in a tent, and it's really not much to describe. Like I just need to describe there's dirt on the ground. It's not like a floor, it's just the ground. They're in like a wooden cage essentially, but a big wooden cage, and it's a red tent, and that's it, right? So for one, I described a character in detail, everything he's wearing, like the kind of texture of the mask, the helmet, the kind of the armor he was wearing, the surcoat, that he was wearing underneath the armor, the kind of cloak he wore, all in detail so that you kind of get a vibe. But at the tent is not really relevant. It's not, it appears very briefly, so there's that. But for in like screenwriting, you wouldn't describe any of it except that it's a tent and the functional things like the cage is made out of wood. Maybe that comes into like use or something, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you just focus on shortening it as much as possible to get across the most you can with the least, right? Like I've talked about this before, so there's that. Yeah, so it's not easy, but switching from it day to day, doing one and then the other in a day is a really good exercise of versatility. Like you learn a lot doing both. And if you do both at the same time, it's actually not that exhausting. Um, like I'm still able to function and do other things throughout my day. But um, if you do have the time, absolutely try it. It's a really good exercise for your brain. I just it's a real chess game. Well, not really. Actually, you're playing chess and checkers at the same time. Well, not the same time, but kind of like these really long games at the same time. You just focus one or the other throughout different parts of the day. So there's that. And also, I just found out actually, this really pissed me off that my program, my creative writing program at my school has been officially terminated. So there's not going to be any more years like coming in. The next fall, there won't be any new students. What is. So essentially all the students that already exist in the first year, second year, third year, and me in my fourth year, that's it. We're all graduating and there's no more of our program. So that's really interesting. A lot of people were disappointed. I talked to my friends about it briefly. When I found out, I just, texted the group chat and was like, what the fuck, what do you guys think about it? And yeah, they're all pretty upset. I think, especially just like it was the school itself that canceled it, and none of the profs even got like a early notice, nothing like that. Like, hey, we're going to be doing this. It's just enacted, And I heard apparently, no, this isn't. My like I don't know about this. I just heard it from the group chat, but apparently the animation program is also being cut, which is wild because the animation program is the most prestigious in this country, and yeah, it's just a pipeline to like Pixar, Disney, like DreamWorks, just big, like probably Illumination, like all these huge animation companies. There's this like industry built around the students, like the best students going to those schools, or going from the school to those studios. So I wonder why they decided. Is it an AI thing? I'm not sure if it is. Um, that's what I thought immediately. Like, oh, they're these executive people are thinking irrationally. They're making very short-sighted, short-term decisions, and yeah, I just don't think like as writers, as creatives, like I don't think we have to be that afraid. I think at the end of the day, we'll probably have to integrate it, right? And you evolve or you don't. That's the thing. You don't make stories with AI. You perhaps use them as a tool to make other parts convenient, but you would never write with AI. That's where we go wrong because writing is a human thing, right? Either way, I'm just confounded that they'd do something like that. And yeah, all the people in our program are just really disappointed. I think it's a big issue, and I don't know if we can do anything about it. I don't know if we can even, protest it. I don't know. Our degree is still accredited apparently, so at least we'll be taking our degrees and they'll still make sense. But we'll see about that. We'll see if they're just not trying to make us panic. Personally, of course, I just want to do this kind of stuff. So technically, I don't need a degree for it. However, for other jobs, if I wanted them, should I be worried, right? Should I? Because again, like the biggest thing I'm grateful for this experience in school is getting to meet people that are very talented and whatnot, and being able to workshop, get better in that sense, like workshop with editors or with aspiring editors, with writers, aspiring authors, screenwriters, all these people. Like I got to actually, even though perhaps the quality of of parts of the program weren't quite there, and maybe that's part of why it was shut down. Um, a lot of people were satisfied, right? So I don't see what went wrong there. But that's another interesting development. So yeah, we'll see. The last graduating class is 2028. I am the graduating class of 2025, which is actually, this program has been very short lived. Like I think I'm in the second or third graduating class of this program entirely. Like it's a new program, just started, really. I was one of the first to get in at all. And honestly, I already started to see cracks in the system when I was told that you had to hand in a portfolio to get in, along with your grades from high school. Apparently, they didn't even read your portfolio, and it was just all grades. So that kind of goes to show certain things, right? But we'll see. I think the school is still school. I think generally it was just the opportunity to connect with people that were similar, because I hadn't known pretty much any people. I'd known one person, which was my mentor, but he wasn't my mentor at the time. And, I was very torn on screenwriting and novel writing. And I was, in the works of writing my first novel, in my junior to senior year of high school. So I didn't know where I was heading. Now I do. But everything's weird. so yeah. So yeah, that's that. Well, day 27 is over. So yeah, that's that. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm excited to get this scene I'm looking at done. It's a whole lot of fun. We're going to be on chapter 29 soon, so that's we're just keep getting closer to the end. 200k words again. That's it's a big one for me, because I probably won't get to, other than the book after this one, I probably won't be getting to 200k anytime soon, at least not within a year. I think that'll probably be the year after, 2026. That's when we'll get to the final book of my sci-fi series, which is projected to be at a little under 200k or at around 200k. So yeah, that's that. I'll see you tomorrow.